I helped Daddy driving the cattle to town. I mean, we were up the square in Galway, we lined up the cattle. And I had to stand there to keep the cattle in place because all cattle all over the place, you know. And finally the cattle saw like 1, 2, 3. Then I said, you better go down to school now. So I took off down to school and I got as far as the school, I think about it. I turned around and came back up. If he hears me, today he'll get that on. What part of you, Daddy? I'm going to tell the story. But I came in, Daddy was kind of a woman here, God, they always liked Daddy, and Daddy was this and Daddy was that, and that was straight going on. So I come in and I'm looking around, I couldn't see no Daddy, and I thought, and this is where we used to take the swill from, you know, the
Big stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So I said, I want to take a look in here. I go upstairs and there's my Daddy sitting at his lovely white little tablecloth and the music sitting, and I coming up, put my ass down next to him.
Righty.
And I didn't leave for the day. I stayed there. He couldn't stop laughing because he thought that couldn't have happened to me, you know. And you know, Daddy would always say that woman, oh, tell her how beautiful she was, and he had all the old bullshit going on. That I was aware of already at the time. I was aware of it already. That you know, he's saying this to make them feel good, and yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I sat down across. He got a fit of laughing. He could hardly talk.
What did you order?
Whatever I was having, I had the same thing myself.
You had the steak and the.
And then he was going downstairs. Never, I went down with him and I didn't leave. I wouldn't leave. I said, no, you're going to take me home. When you're going home, I'll go home.
So you stayed there the whole day?
Huh?
You stayed there instead of going to school? Smart you were. Smart you were.
You know, I felt like I was getting the boot in the ass. Like,
Yeah,
you know, here you go now, you did your job, get the hell out of here and go to school. And I thought, that's not fair. Oh, that was from Michael, the Lord of Mercy. Michael, he was so good to me.
Who was Michael?
Michael was my grandfather.
What did he say?
Grandfather, he was so wonderful. He was a wonderful man. He you know, I used to take him, he used to shave himself outside. So I bring out the 2 chairs for him and I used to get him the glass, the mirror so he could see when I bring him the water basin. And I didn't know that I was going to get anything out of that. I mean, it's just something I did. And then he said to me one day, he said, next time I'm in town, he said in Irish to me, you come with me. And I said, oh, okay, I'll study. So I stayed, I did, we go into town. We walked into town, and we went into this place, I think it was up in Air Square, I'm not sure, up at the hill there where they have all the cafes. He brought me up there and he brought me into the place for the best bicycle in the house. He bought the best bicycle in the house for me. And after having the best bicycle in the house, I had them told, we were going for lunch. We have lunch, and it's really nice. You know, he was wonderful, because of the Lord mercy. And then afterwards, he went back over to get the bikes. On the way home, as I'm going along, walking, driving, whatever you want to say, he was behind me, and he said, get up on the bike and I'll hold the bike for you now. So he did that a few times, and after a few times, without him telling me, he let me go, and I kept going.
And you learned how to ride a bike?
And I learned how to ride a bike. Yeah. That was a nice day too. It was very nice. He was so good to me. He really was. He was good to all the family though. He was when Mommy and Daddy would go to town. He was in control of us. I mean, you could get a book or no, but we used to go underneath the bed. He would get the broom. And we used to have to jump around. You know, when you think back of it, it's at that time I thought it was terrible, but today I laugh at it. Yeah.
What about when your grandma showed you that Earth was round?
She showed me that. She took me on the mountain across from where the place was at, and I could see the big fall of water there. And then all of a sudden the boat came along, and she said, "You know, you watch and see." She said, "As you watch that boat," he said, "it'll show you that the world is round." And sure enough, the boat came, and all of a sudden the boat went up like this and went down like that. That's what I heard about her round. No, she was so nice.
How old were you?
I guess about 13 or 14. Oh, that's where I met this girl that was with me traveling on the boat. became friends. And when she got off, there was this guy, and I was with her, and he says, well, come on with us. And then he said, I'm from Rwanda. He asked me where I was going to, I said I was going to Chicago. He said, well, come on with us, and I'll see to that. And he took me over to where she was going, and then he turned around, he took me to a store. As I go up, as I come in the store, and I never seen before, here's this chick sitting on a big, display.
Mannequin.
And I thought, what the hell kind of people are these? I thought, these people are crazy.
You were naked.
Naked, and I was shocked. Then, but then that came down, and he was a very nice man. That guy was very good, and he took me walked me around, brought me in for coffee, that kind of stuff, and he took me to the train station in
How did you know how to get to your uncle, Uncle Martin?
Chicago.
How did you know his
Well, I
house?
told them in New York that I wanted to go to Chicago.
Yeah?
I had to do it on my own. When I got into Chicago, I had to take a cab to go to his house.
And your uncle knew you were coming?
Yeah, oh, yeah. I called him along the way. I don't know how the hell I was able to do all that.
You were just young, right?
How did it happen that you came to Chicago? Like, how did that happen?
Because Uncle Martin wrote home and said if anyone would know what it's like to come to the United States, he would be happy to sponsor us out. So, really good.
So you just came?
At Jurassic Park.
Did he lend you money? Did he lend you money?
We sure did. And you know what? I paid him back every time. But
How much
I was
did he
only,
lend you?
I was only 2 days. The third day I went to 4 days. The fourth day I went out on a job. The third day I got the job. The fourth day I went to work.